let's talk about modifiers, or more specifically, soft modifiers for food photography. Hi, I'm Rachel Koronek, professional food photographer, here to help you take incredible photos that are good enough to eat. So I'm going to be sharing these 6 modifiers that I use in my photography, and I'm going to give you a little bit of insight into how and when I would use them for my food photos. I don't want you to get too caught up on the specific brands that I'm using because some of them are secondhand and may not even be around anymore. What I want us to focus on is the size and the shape. So I'm going to link below the modifiers that I have. So your job is to find the specific modifier that you need for your type of light or the brand of light that you shoot. The reason it's important to focus on size and shape is the type of light that you get out of your soft modifier will vary depending on the size of your food, the size of the scene that you're lighting, the position of your light, how far it is away from your subject. So some of these modifiers I can use to create moody light, but also bright light. So let's start from smallest and work all the way up to the largest. And then I'm going to finish off with my 2 favorite modifiers. So the first one is a Microbox, and it's a really small softbox that is going to go on something like a speed light that you're going to use as an off-camera flash. Now, I haven't used this for some time, but I have a little bit of a soft spot for it, so I don't want to get rid of it because I think it can create something really dramatic and moody, just like I have done here in this chocolate cake shot. What I like about this modifier is it has a lot of fall off, so it allows me to create something really low key with a small scene. And it really helps if we have highlights and shine within our food to help us highlight those textures. One of the things I love about using this with my speed light in the beginning was I could just hand hold it and I could actually move it around the food and just see what I was creating. And it actually opened a lot up for me. So I have a bit of a soft spot for that modifier. The next soft modifier I use is sort of a step up from the Microbox. So it's still on the smaller side, but I use it with my strobe. So it is approximately 2 feet wide or 60 centimeters, and it's an Octa box, so it's round. This is particularly used in portrait photography, and I like to incorporate it in my food photography to light food portraiture. So I like to be able to use this when I need the background to sort of transition into dark shadows, as you can see here in this black forest cupcake shot that I created. The next soft modifier is our classic softbox, which is 2 by 3 foot, also 60 by 90 centimeters. So this is a very common starter artificial light modifier. And I bought it because it just was recommended as a great all-rounder. I don't love it though, and that's because I prefer the one I'm going to share after this one. So when I've used it recently, I use it for my moody work as well, but where I need to light a little bit of a larger scene and I need a little less fall off. So having that extra foot height can really help if you have sort of an average, what I would say an average food photography scene. So an example of when I've used this in my work is this Empress 75 cocktail. I needed to shoot quite a few cocktails, including the cocktail shaker and the drink, and I needed to light a little bit of the background. So that just helped me get a little bit more light on my scene than the previous Octa box. The next one we're going to share is what's called a Stripbox. So the one I have is a 1 by 4 foot, which is 30 centimeters by 120 centimeters. So it's a tall and thin modifier. Now, technically, area-wise, it's actually smaller than the one that I shared before, but because it's such a tall modifier, it can be larger to work with and it's larger to store. So that's why I put it in this order. Now, I love this modifier, and I think it gives me a little bit of a creative edge because not as many people use it. This modifier helps me to create a different look. Because it's taller, I have light that's coming from the top of the scene and can spread over my scene in a different way to the others that I've previously shared. So I love flexible gear, and this one allows me to create both bright and moody work. So if I use it in a tall sense, I can create more light across the scene, or I can flip it to be horizontal and create something that feels different. So in this shot, this macro rhubarb shot, I've used the modifier in a tall sense to create light across the scene and feel really bright. I can also use it in a moody sense with this apple shot, and having it in that tall fashion is creating more light across the tabletop. This shot, I actually used a grid to help me get those moodier shadows. Then I can use it to tilt it on an angle, so it's not quite horizontal and it's not quite tall, and it allows me to create something that's very dramatic, that has a lot of shadows and is just lighting the foreground. The next modifier is my absolute favorite that I use in like 80% of my photography, and that is something that we actually use for natural light, and that is a large diffuser. So I have a diffuser that is 4 by 6 feet, which is 120 centimeters by 180. So I tend to use this to create beautiful bright work that replicates natural window light. So you can see in these shots here that I have used this setup, this large modifier, to light a bigger scene that has lots of beautiful highlights and shadows. If you like to see how I use this modifier and how I set up a scene to take shots like this, you can check out my video on my go-to artificial light setup, which I'll link down below. The last one is a super large Octa box. It is 69 inches across and 175 centimeters. Now, this is not something I use all the time, but I keep it with me for when I'm on location or I'm working in studios and I need to light a really large scene or set. So when I do photography in my little studio at my house, it is way too big to use. Like, I can't even fit it in the room. So if I need to light something at home, I will use the modifier that I mentioned previously. But if you are thinking of doing a lot of studio work and having large table scenes lit, this is something worth considering. Now, it was probably really obvious which my two favorites were because I'm sure I couldn't contain my excitement. And that was the Stripbox and the 4 by 6 foot diffuser. So I love these two the most because they allow me to create both bright and moody work. They're really easy to store and set up. So I'm the kind of person that wants minimal gear that's going to allow me to create different scenes. So it gives me the best bang for my buck. I know lighting gear is really personal to each of us, and I would love to know what your go-to soft modifier is. What shape is it? What size is it? And what type of lighting do you like to create with it? Let me know in the comments below. Or, as you probably already guessed, can I just say that none of this is scripted? This is all like me speaking from my heart. So sometimes I'm going to say dumb shit.